sized tree. You can tell it's probably done early season. Thinking this little draw right here got a hardwood drainage to the left, a big pine ridge behind us to our right, and they're working the skirting the edge of this thing going around. There's a little draw right up here in front of us that'd be good to set in early season, I believe. Matthew and I are out here scouting. What are we scouting, son?
Deer.
The big dog, trying to figure him out. That's a pretty good sized tree, and he hit it way up high. So this would be his, I think, his boundary scrape going this direction. We're on the highest ridge out here. A lot of buck activity here. Scrapes, old scrapes on the ground, little rubs, big rubs, bigger rubs. Another big scrape there. Another rub there. All this is within about 30 yards of each other. See, he's touched that tree, broke that limb off. Right behind that tree is a scrape. Broke that tree off. Rub there. You can tell they've scraped here year after year. Just don't go no further that direction, because I want to drop off and make the loop. I'm going to show you his rub line, how he goes down there and connects to your ridge. On the hardwood edge right here. Now we figured out one thing. We figured out where this buck's crossing this hollow, which is right where Matthew saw him the very first time. And we figured out he's running this hardwood edge and this ridge we're fixing to walk out. And there's a saddle. And I didn't know there was a trail dropping off at the edge of that saddle, but that's the trail that the buck ran up after you spooked him.
Yes.
After a lot of scouting, I think we've finally got these deer figured out. I believe Matthew's in the hot seat on this hunt. Maybe he'll get one with his bow. Sure hope so. I heard Matthew just shoot just a little while ago, and I told him to sit there for just a little while longer. Maybe another deer would come by me and I'd maybe get a shot and come get a double. It's been about an hour since he shot, and in that time I had another little buck come by me and got him on video, sniffed around and got behind me, smelled me, snorted. The wind is really whirling a lot, and I don't have any confidence in this spot. Matthew got down out of his tree stand. He called me on the walkie-talkie. He said he got good blood on his arrow. We fixin' to go blood trail this deer. The boy got him one. I heard the deer crash after the shot, so I'm confident the deer's down and we're gonna go get his buck. He said he got him an 8-point. Man, I'm tickled to death. This is awesome. Good morning. Tell me what happened.
I was actually asleep in my tree, and he woke me up. He was down. To my left, there's a ditch that goes down and comes back up, and the trails come off that hill, that ditch, in different places, and then they come across, and I'm hunting the trails that come across. And he was down there on the other side of the ditch, sniffing those trails, that intersection. And he stayed down there for a minute or two, then he started walking, and I thought he was going to come across, and he cut up the hill, coming straight towards my tree, which made me angry, because a few days ago, I missed a big 8-point who did the same thing to me, came straight towards my tree, and ended up dead under my tree. Luckily today, he got 10 yards from me and cut up the hill, and I had a 10-yard broadside shot on him. And so now we just got to go find him.
Let's go find him. I know he's down. Looks pretty good. Be right in the bottom of that holler, I bet. Getting close. Hmm?
You see the deer?
No, I don't see him yet. You know, if I saw the deer, I'd show him to you.
That's right here.
He obviously crashed right there, no doubt. Pretty steep.
He's a 10-point.
There's my boy's deer.
How about that?
Man, that's a pretty deer. Good night alive. Oh,
I really didn't count his antlers. I just knew I was going to shoot him.
You just saw he had horns on his head and you knew he was a shooter buck, huh?
Broke off brow tine, but man, I made a perfect shot. That's where the arrow went in.
He really didn't go that far.
No, it's hard to follow him in this pine straw. Man, he's pretty.
I thought I heard him crash. He sounded a lot closer to me than...
I probably heard him. I heard him crash too, but I probably heard him falling down that hill.
Man, I've never killed a 10-point.
I haven't either. The road's right there.
Yeah, he was sweet. He ran toward the truck. I love this deer.
Man, that's awesome.
Drag him down there and let me get some pictures of him.
There's a... That means there's a bigger 10-point in here somewhere. You know that.
Yeah, I know. That deer I seen the other day is a lot bigger than that.
But you said he was an 8. Well, you didn't get a good count on him. He looked like an 8.
Well, you and I looked at the video footage and we both looked like we thought he was an 8.
Well, this is genetics from a 10-point. So there's a 10-point in here.
Man, that's a pretty buck right there. I knew you. I said this morning, I said, Matthew's sitting in the hot seat this morning. Wind's perfect. Everything's gonna be good. And I thought I heard you shoot earlier, you know? I heard a loud crack. What was that?
Sounded like a bow. Like
Yeah.
A bow. My string was wrapped around my arrows when I got up in my tree, and and it popped all the arrows loose. And I kind of had to ease my bow up because all the arrows were loose in the quiver.
I heard that, and I said, "That guy, the boy's done shot already."
It was
Boy,
loud.
when you did shoot, I heard you then. There wasn't no doubt. I heard the arrow hit the deer. I heard the deer run off, and I heard him crash. Get down there in the bottom. Drag him down there where you can get a good picture
I
of
just
him.
want to take a picture of him with my phone. Alright.
Man, come give me some 5.
This is sweet. Not a very big body deer.
That's a pretty good sized deer.
Hey, I'm happy.
Turn that head around. Let's see them horns. That's pretty. He does have one broke off brow tine.
Yeah, but it's only broke off about 1 inch of it. He's pretty.
Kind of glad we come here today, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
That worked out good. Well, I was excited to see you sitting that stand side We found all them deer trails coming together like that, and I said, I knew good and well, all them deer drops. You go up that trail I walked up a while ago,
Oh, yeah, there's deer
it
droppings
is
all over it.
covered up in deer droppings, big clumps. Them bucks is using.
It's the only buck traveling through there, you know that.
I know that. You can sit in that stand right there and shoot another buck on the next trip. Very good possibility of it. Man, that's a pretty deer, son.
I'm happy.
That is your first
It's my first
rack bow kill ever.
Biggest buck I've killed before this is a little spike.
That may be your biggest buck ever. I believe that's going to be your biggest buck ever.
Well, with it having the extra point, 2 points, that makes a difference.
He definitely got the prettiest rack.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
That 7 point you killed a little bit wider than that.
Yeah, he had longer tines, but I mean, it's just...
But that deer right there is pretty.
Even Steven too, man.
I'm good. I'm looking at these things, and they're awesome. Wouldn't it be nice if those G2s were about 5 inches longer? Imagine what he'd look like in.
Next year?
Well, he won't make it to next year, will he?
Well, hang on. I'll do CPR real quick.
Yeah, you'd go ahead and do that. We'll turn him loose. Let him grow.
He wasn't about to get by me without me attempting a shot on him.
Oh,
I made
man.
a perfect shot. I'm happy about this. With me missing that 8 point the other day, this makes me feel good.
It kind of makes up for it, don't it?
I was beginning to think it's been 2 years since I've killed a deer with my bow, and I've hit and injured a doe. I've missed 2 different does. I missed a spike. I've just not had good luck the past 2 years of bow hunting. I missed a wall hanging 8 point 2 days ago.
Yeah, that was a big 8.
And
He's a giant.
so I hit. It's a good shot. Maybe that'll break my bad luck streak.
Doggone, I'm so excited I can't hardly stand it.
Papa's gonna love this too.
Man, you don't know how much he's going to love that. He will talk about that.
That's cool, man. 10 point.
Look how dark he is. Kind of, you know, he looks like an older deer, don't he? Look at the face on him. Got that.
He looks like an older deer, but he's not.
He can't be that old.
2.5-year-old deer.
He's probably 3.5-year-old deer here for Alabama. That.
You think?
But look, he ain't got a lot of white on him. See how dark colored he is?
I think it's 2.5. Just because, I mean, he may be a 3.5-year-old deer.
Well, if he is a 2.5-year-old deer, and we got deer like that in this little area, we need to keep it a secret for sure. It being public hunting land the way it is, you won't be able to keep anybody out of here if word gets out where we're hunting. It'd be stomped to death. They'll have a tree stand hanging on every tree in here.
I'm most happy about this.
Got you a 10-point buck with a bow on public hunting land.
Yep.
During gun season.
Yep, gun hunt today.
On a gun hunt day.
There's a lot of people shoot this morning right at daybreak. Like 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah, I heard them. They sounded like, one guy sounded like he killed something. It sounded like the bullet made impact. That is awesome.
We got some work to do, sir.
What do you mean, did I see the deer?
The way you were acting, you suddenly got excited.
I could tell, I've blood trailed enough deer in my time.
You know, he was
I can tell when he's dead. Okay. And I knew you was getting close. Dog. I could tell when I looked ahead.
I saw him fall
and
down
I
the
seen
hill.
the sliding. And then especially when I seen it coming down through there, I knew his one leg was dropping, and that he was losing it. And then when I seen that blood, I could stand there and I could see blood way up there, and I just waited on you to get up there to it. But I didn't see the deer until we come over, because he was up against this
he was
bank here. You couldn't see him against that steep bank. I was looking past him, but I knew he had to be laying here somewhere, looking at that blood trail.
I couldn't have made a better shot.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if it was 2 inches lower, maybe, but
No, you're high. Good Lord, you're 20 foot high in a tree.
I know. Where's the exit? Well, we'll look at the exit one later.
Fix my hair. Look pretty for the camera. Oh man, this is awesome. Boy got him a 10-point buck here.
With a bow.
With a bow on public hunting land. Y'all probably hear that 100,000 more times. We'll clean him up and get some more good pictures of him. He been tearing some trees up, ain't he? Look at all that stuff he got on there. Heck yeah. I can't wait to let Pawpaw see it. Scott Sharonas.
There's been
all the boys, all the guys.
Things like this make me sick, because there's been a lot of 10 points killed this year in different places.
Where's the exit one of that? It's got to be low. Oh, we'll find it later.
Yeah, we'll flip him in the road.
Man,
We'll take him.
he's fat.
We'll take him to the road. Then we're gonna take our tree stands and stuff back and get the buggy. Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather roll him out and drag him out.
If
It'd
we
be a whole lot easier.
Just drag him to the road and we'll go get the buggy.
You put him on that buggy, you can lift him with 2 fingers, and he'll follow.
Ah, he's pretty. I didn't think he was this big when he was coming through. I knew he was a little bit bigger than a typical basket rack. I like it curves way out like that. Beautiful.
Hard to follow that blood in pine straw, ain't it?
I was getting not necessarily discouraged because we didn't lose blood for a long period of time, but I was kind of like, I was a little upset. I don't know what we're gonna have to do to get more blood.
Well, he got plenty of blood. It's all right here.
I got him
On this hillside.
past 20 yards. I have plenty of blood.
We figure when a deer takes off, he probably covered 100 yards.
In 6 seconds.
Well, he ain't gone 100 yards. I don't think we're 100 yards from your tree right now. Maybe 75 yards from your tree right now. If
And
that.
20 of that yards is him sliding down the hill.
Yeah, he slid 20 yards down the hill. So you can take another 20 off that. He died
little-
right up there. He just got up again, that's all.
That little flat is an old logging road.
Yeah, I didn't know that was up there. This is what, our
We've
This is-
yeah.
3rd time hunting here?
Yes.
3rd time.
4th
First-
time for you. Because you went and sat in the same tree I did on top of that hill first. So we never came back this far. This is the 3rd time in this back corner.
This is the 3rd time for me hunting here. I walked out here the first time I found the spot. All I did was walk out that log road and I saw all the rubs and scrapes. I said, well, we got a good buck in there. And that's all I did that day. I did that in the middle of the day. Just did a real quick scout trip. All right, the first time you and I come out here is when I saw that big buck.
Mm-hmm.
And almost got a shot on him. And the very next day, I come back, sat in the same tree. I can't remember if it was the next day or the one day you and I sat pretty close to each other in that little 5-point or whatever I got on video. We'll go look at it later.
That was the afternoon.
That was an afternoon hunt after the first morning hunt. Okay, that was a morning hunt and an afternoon hunt. Yeah, and then the next day, I got busted by that big buck again in the same spot. And then this is the 3rd time I've hunted that same ridge, and then that little 5-point come through this morning. I heard you shoot in the hot seat. We're gonna call this the hot seat. Man, if that ain't a hot trail, I don't know what is. You got all these bucks coming around these ridges. Oh, look at this. This is just beautiful in here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all funneling right there to where you're at. Every one of them is going to end up. All these trails, every one of them going right down there to you. Them on the other side of that ditch, though, if they cross down there, you ain't going to be able to get a shot at them.
That spot, looking at how they're traveling, and where they're coming from, that might be an even better afternoon setup. They're working their way down across the road to head into that bottom.
There's a major bed area right back up there on top of that ridge somewhere. I don't want. I guarantee it's that tornado area.
You think?
Probably where a tornado went through up there.
He was
Blowed
walking
them
straight
trees
up.
down.
This one was walking straight up the hill towards that knob when I shot him. He may have cut to the right and went around the ridge like he ran.
All they're doing, they're coming down over there on my point. 3 times now. I've had 3 bucks do the same thing. I'm in the wrong tree. I figured that out. I'm gonna have to move my tree stand about 60 yards. Every single buck that's come through there has went right past this same spot. So if I can get over there on that other trail.
You're basically catching every deer that doesn't come by me, because he didn't come by me. At 5 points.
Yeah, probably so. I'm getting the ones that you don't see, and you're getting the ones I don't see.
The only way we'd miss one is if they cross the road earlier before they get to me. And none of them have done that yet.
We just got to come hunt together every time we go down here, so we don't miss one. Boy, that's a pretty rack. Look how ivory tips on the ends of it, dark colored. Man alive. Let's get him out of here. One more hug. Man, I'm tickled to death. That's so I can keep up with the straps.
Yeah.